Hey everybody, Everett Abrams, the Wizard of Wood, and here with our Deck Restoration Plus stain on a job we're working at, and wanted to talk about staining wood as far as new wood and as far as wet wood, and using the Deck Restoration Plus stain. Technology is really changed a lot, and we have a water-based stain that actually penetrates wood, goes into the wood, as you can see, and it's still transparent. This happens to be our Tabernacle Harvest we're working on here. So we've built the deck actually, and the wood is new. Now there's different grades of pressure treated pine. Pressure treated can come really green, it's really heavy, it's really wet. You go to the lumber yard or in the store, you can find that stuff. And that should season, and you should use a moisture meter and make sure that that moisture is below 15% when you go to stain. It's going to take a few months, usually when it's green. However, if you have kiln dried, pressure treated prime decking, in other words, no knots, already pre-dried, kiln dried, you take the moisture reading. If that's below 15%, you can stain. The rule of thumb is to stain wood as soon as you possibly can. Now, the wood hasn't weathered as much when it's brand new, so it's not opened up and dry like this grade wood on this fence over here is. Okay, so that's different. When this weathers a little bit more, it'll accept the stain better. So you may not get as much on the first application, but on future applications you will. Now on a new application, we're doing wet on wet. This is actually going to be a third coat. This wood was really taking it in, so it was pretty dry. It wasn't wet. It wasn't like you were putting on the coats and it's not taking it. This is really taking it. So we've got the Tabernacle Harvest going on. It's wet on wet. We don't let the first coat completely dry or the second coat completely dry before we're back on with another coat. You can see the richness in it. I'm going to turn this around too so you can see this. We do a brush application on the floor. Even if you spray, you should brush it in, okay? But we'll flip this around and take a look at what we're doing here as we described. See the guys going brush, brush. This is what it was when it had dried. And they're putting on another coat now. We got two guys working on each side. We're just going to knock this out really quick. And what happened was, when I referred to wet wood, I wasn't talking about just wet wood in the lumber yard, but we're in the Northeast and we've had 4 days of just solid rain, 3.5 days, and then it rained out last night. So we're on day 5, and guess what? We're staining, because Deck Restoration Plus Deck and Wood Stain can be applied to wet wood. It's one of the advantages to using what we have. Not only does it hold up, as it dries, it's pulling the stain in. It goes on well, it holds up well. You're still gonna get 2-3 years out of the horizontal surface before it has to be redone, and all is good. So Deck Restoration Plus Deck and Wood Stain, it gives you a lot of advantages. One is you can get to the newer wood quicker. If the wood is wet, you can get to it. All good stuff. So Deck Restoration Plus Deck and Wood Stain for the win. Call us toll free, send us a message, 866-440-3325, 866-440-DECK, and we'd be glad to give you some more information. Also, check out the website, deckandwoodstain.com, deckandwoodstain.com. I'm Everett Abrams, the Wizard of Wood. Hope you enjoyed the video. Get you some.